Kitchen's big London adventure. All week we're showcasing some of the capital's gleaming food gems as we count down to the royal wedding.
Yeah, now something that's been associated with the city since the 18th century is gin, or Madame Geneva as it was known, which arrived in London from Holland and soon became the drink of choice for the masses.
Associated with crime and a decaying society, it wasn't until laws to clean up the city were introduced that its popularity dwindled.
Thankfully, gin has left the London slums and become a bar favourite. But there's so much more you can do with it than simply serving it with tonic. Check out these tasty recipe ideas. Enjoyed by millions with tonic as an aperitif, gin can also be a star at mealtimes. Here are 5 adventurous ways with gin. For a sophisticated gin and tonic jelly, boil water with sugar and lemon. Once cooled, sieve and add lemon juice, gin and Angostura bitters. To set, gelatin is added to the mixture and heated gently. Pour into glasses and allow to stand until wobbly. Gin is a good cure for salmon. Combine salt, sugar, mustard and gin, and then liberally cover a side of salmon. Sprinkle with dill and refrigerate for 2 to 3 days. Then it's ready to slice. Gin makes a great trifle. Just layer up slices of Madeira cake, spread with raspberry jam, splash in gin and drizzle over raspberry syrup and fresh raspberries. Top with whipped cream and flaked almonds. Next, to gently fried onions, garlic and bacon, add a good slug of gin and bubble. Add in tomatoes, stock, sugar seasoning and simmer. Blend and serve with cream and Tabasco. For a quick and tasty dessert, soften blackberries with sugar and water and then add vanilla extract. Whiz to a puree, sieve and stir in some gin. Serve over a sorbet. But of course, a simple gin and tonic does hit the spot. So cheers. You've all got a nice little gin and tonic there. Delicious. There's something about that oiliness, isn't there? As all week we are celebrating the royal wedding, I'm going to put everybody to the test to see how much they know about the royals with a royal food quiz. So you've got bells in front of you. Actually, you're sharing bells. It's actually Blake versus you two.
Oh, right.
Right, let's start. What did King Charles II try to ban in 1675? Hang on until I've said all the options. A, ale, B, coffee houses, or C, eating with your mouth full? Ring the bell.
Oh.
Corrigan.
It's coffee houses.
Coffee houses.
Yeah. Really?
That is right. The increased number of coffee houses in 17th century London made King Charles II nervous as they became political meeting places and so somewhere to discuss the royal family.
Centres of dissent. Get rid of them.
Yeah, exactly. Very much about meeting the same death of his father, of course, who was executed. Right, OK. Question 2.
Yeah.
Stephen, could you do me the favour? Florist Constance Spry and Chef Rosemary Hume are credited with the invention of coronation chicken, which they made for the banquet celebrating the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in 1953. But which dish is the cold chicken and curry sauce said to be inspired by? Oh, I think it's definitely Ollie.
Is it Jubilee drink?
Yes!
Oh, amazing!
Well done.
That is knowledge.
That is really top. Jubilee chicken, a dish prepared for the Silver Jubilee of George V in 1935,
Don't be
which
miming my
mixed chicken
questions.
with mayo and curry. Excellent. Right,
number
now,
3.
moving on, question 3.
Into that one.
King Henry VIII was known for hosting lavish feasts, but which dish was not a fixture on his menu? Hold it. A, grilled beaver's tails.
Oh.
B, whale meat.
Oh.
Or C, sparrow stuffed tomatoes.
I think the sparrow stuffed tomato.
They didn't have vegetables really at all.
Did they not?
What? So, I mean, they just ate a lot of meat, so I've got to go with the vegetables. That's
I tell you what,
I
I'll
learned that at Hampton
take the
Court.
cloche off.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right, tomatoes weren't grown in Britain until the 1590s. Yes,
Close.
right. OK, last question. Prince Andrew and Fergie's 1986 nuptial banquet kicked off with eggs drum kilbo, but what is it? A, a mixture of hard-boiled eggs, seafood, ketchup and gelatin. B, smoked poached quail's eggs served with a hollandaise sauce. Or C, caviar on toast.
I think that's us.
I think
I thought that was...
I think it might be just you, yeah.
Really?
I think it's...
Get on it. Yes, your bell might have
I
fallen
think
out.
it's A.
Which
We think
was
it's
a
seafood.
egg, seafood, ketchup and gelatine. OK?
Sounds brilliant.
We
Revelation?
agree.
Is it?
It is.
Genius! good.
Very good.
And
I like the sound of the
apparently,
second one.
eggs drum kilbo, the favourite of the Queen Mothers, apparently. The second one, smoked poached turquoise egg with hollandaise sauce. It'd be lovely. Nice. Yeah. There we go. I think that's 2-all. Where did you two boys head next, anyway?
Where did we go next, Richard? Right, I went back to St John for a bit of nose-to-tail inspiration for this wedding banquet. Where did you go, sir?
I went to Upper Street in Islington to visit a very trendy cafe called Ottolenghi.
Let's have a look.
Not from everybody else.
Exactly.
What a lovely, joyous load of colours there is there. But what did you decide to make after going there?
A fruity couscous salad I'm going to do. Yeah. And lots of citrusy flavour. And some grilled cheese, you know, famous
Right.
cheese, the famous halloumi.
The famous halloumi. Right, what are you going to make, Matt?
A bit more straightforward. I'm going to do a big... to go with that big pig here, which I can't take my eyes off. An apple
It's slightly
and celeriac
disconcerting.
gratin.
Look at his little gay
Looks
tail at the
beautiful. I
back.
can't wait to eat it. So we do apple and celeriac gratin, and I've got some a sort of quick sauerkraut to do, some cabbage to go with the pork.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richard?
Okay.
Yep, lovely.
Right. So, I've got my cream boiling up here, or infusing with bay leaves, garlic, a little splash of milk, and then I'm just going to layer up the loaf. So we've got some
Right,
potato.
mandolin, you should always
Use a cloth,
guard.
or look what you're doing, or use a guard,
Or be a
just
chef.
be really careful. Okay, like so. And then let's hook out these bits and pieces. All right. So there's the garlic and the bay leaves, and that's
Right, you
been
just
ticking
snap-
over for about half an hour.
Right, okay.
All right. Like so. Okay.
Right, lovely.
So then in with the potato.
So you don't need the garlic in then?
No, because it's infused.
Okay.
You don't have to be too
All right.
overpowering. So, okay, in with the celeriac.
Oh, nice.
Right,
All nice and thin. And then that starts bringing out the starch. And what that's doing is thickening
right.
the milk and the cream in here. Okay, and starting to cook it.
Just to reiterate, do use a guard unless you are a chef of Matt's calibre.
Right, I won't go any further than that. Okay. Let's get another spread. And then I've got an apple here. A couple of apples. Okay.
Oh, nice.
And that's gonna, these are little Cox's or Granny Smith's apples. And that's gonna just give that nice tartness. Ideally give that about 10 minutes or so.
Right.
Okay.
Does everybody here, by the way, actually like a hog roast? Is everybody a hog roast?
Doesn't like hog roast.
Hog roast fan. Anybody had a hog roast at the wedding?
I did.
Did you?
It was the biggest thing of the wedding, actually. The most successful and the cheapest option of the wedding.
Right.
Right, okay, so layer of apple in the middle, and then on with some more spuds and more celeriac.
Celeriac is such an underrated vegetable. So many people don't know what to do with it. It's lovely seeing it used for a gratin.
It's kind of like the vegetable equivalent of a squid or something.
Yeah.
It's
It
just,
does look a bit like an alien, doesn't it? when you
yeah,
see them?
it's not, but it is actually absolutely brilliant. It's gorgeous.
So you should come round and mark it with me, Jules, at some stage. And yes.
I'd love to.
Saturday morning. Saturday mornings when I go and get my vegetables from the local farmers market. Yeah, I just go and fondle various vegetables and decide what I'm going to make.
You don't get funny looks from the
Moving
farmers
on.
while you do it.
Right, okay. So that's, layer that out nicely,
Yeah.
keep going to the top, and then...
Are you going to put grated cheese on the top to make it more
I'm not.
cheesy?
That's going to go straight in the oven at about 180
No, we're just gonna sing it
for
in
about
the-
sort of 20 to 30 minutes to get a nice colour, and then turn the heat down to about 140, and then let it cook for another sort of 30
Oh,
to
how
40 minutes.
lovely.
Okay, so that's that. Over here, I've got my my cabbage. Okay, so just sweating that down, a little bit of oil. To that, I've got some caraway seeds and some mustard seeds. Here,
Right.
bit of
Okay.
flavour. I'm going to chuck in some Riesling wine. Let's get them all in. Yeah, so all those Riesling wine into this. Here, thank you very much. Bring the wine down, bit of white wine or cider vinegar in there, okay, just to sort of give it a nice sort of sour kick. Bring it right the way down, cook it out, about sort of 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
We're nearly there.
Melissa, tell me about this beer. It's a celebration beer.
This is well, I've actually shamelessly chosen this for all the cheesy jokes that I can make about it. So this is made by Lover Bonds. Yeah, marriage, it's a loving bond. You've got to
Right.
have that. Which are from Henley-on-Thames, which have a Royal Regatta every year, of course. It's aged in bourbon barrels. Bourbon barrels are only ever used once, and you really rather hope that this marriage is for life, so they're only going to do it once. And also, like any good marriage, I think, you know, the addition of any form of extra alcohol is always a good idea. It just seems,
So,
you
good.
know, the marriage of two alcohols always seems like a good idea.
All
So-
good. Now, you're fiddling about with your couscous.
Yeah. Couscous, lemon juice, orange juice, cinnamon.
Oh, nice.
Brought to the boil.
Oh, lovely. Now,
Leave that there.
You've got my feet. Is that pomegranate?
Yes.
My
That's
favourite
going to be
thing
a
in
garnish.
the whole world.
Why?
I just love them. They're like little red jewels of gorgeousness.
They are delicious on the top of a garnish for a salad. They're delicious in a lot of things, matter of fact. You
I
can
think they're
mix them
just
in
delicious.
with yogurt and mint, make a lovely, lovely...
Do you know what? They've been sitting in the studio, so they've gone a bit kind of pale, but when
Yeah.
they're first out, they're so
Unbelievable.
beautiful, and they're just like red jewels. I could wear a ring made entirely
Going
out of
back to my
pomegranate.
dish, Penny, yeah, which is the couscous, yeah?
Yeah.
Lemon juice, and in there, instead of just using water or anything like that, lots of flavour.
Ooh,
Leave it in there for
smells lovely.
5-6 minutes. And just a little tip. If you after the couscous absorbs and it reconstitutes into a beautiful flaky grain, you could put it into the oven just to make it that little bit fluffier, just on a tray. But this is fine, but it's a
tip.
nice tip, yeah. Instead of having wet couscous, it's a little bit drier and it makes a fantastic salad.
Excellent. Coming up, Matt and Richard add the finishing touches to their ultimate wedding buffet. We've got Richard's pistachio couscous, or jewelled couscous as I like to think about it. And Matt carves up the crowning glory, the delectable hog roast with apple celeriac and potato gratin.